I drink your milkshake.
You are listening to the Billionaire Podcast Network.
Hey, it's me, the first billionaire podcaster, Dalton Pruitt, coming at you from the Billionaire Podcast Network, Ching Ming 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 Dittity Filler Up Studios, and I got to record this because we forgot to let our guest do plugs during the show this week. 'Cause I gotta plug his stuff. It's a little quid pro quo over here when you do podcasting. This week we had a good friend of mine on. We had a fun episode with Scott Lizard Abrams, and he's from the podcast History Homos. Now these guys, they're too close to the truth for all the platforms, YouTube and all that. Forget what you think you know about content, because the History Homos exist over on Rockfin. That's ROKFIN. They're over at rockfin.com/History Homos. Once again, that's ROKFIN.com/History Homos. Rockfin.com/History Homos, hosted by Scott, who's our guest this week, Scott Lizard Abrams, and then his co-host is a British, an English guy or some would be from across the pond over there. But Mama, there's an airplane in the sky. His co-host is William. They're good dudes. It's a really fun show. I've been on the show many times, so it's worth checking out. Worth the price of admission. That's Rockfin, ROKFIN, rockfin.com/History Homos. Okay, thank you, and please enjoy the show. Welcome to Cone Fed with Dalton Pruitt. I think this is the last show of Black History Month.
That's right.
Yeah.
See the banner?
Yeah, that was what made me think of it. Sal's got the
we still got time, boys.
The Cosby Show intro background. Yeah, this is Cone Fed. I'm joined by my co-hosts, both co-hosts this week. It's a good week. Kevin and Sal are here. What's going on, boys?
Ching, boys.
What up, blood?
Oh yeah, the network. Yes, Corn Fed only on the Billionaire Podcast Network. Ching, bing, 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 did he filler up? We have a great.
We have a laugh from me.
It's something I've committed to, and sometimes I feel really stupid doing it.
No, just know that it's appreciated.
Sometimes I really just want to get through that because I feel so stupid doing it, but I got to do it every time now until we get like actual station tags, until we have some production behind this.
But we're still trying to get the Patreon where they'll pay for a soundboard.
Yeah.
Well, it's soundboard. I can recommend a soundboard to you guys. SoundPad on Steam works excellent, and I have all of my Jonathan Frakes saying based sound drops and stuff like that ready to go at any moment. The shotgun sound, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of based, we're joined by Scott
Oh,
from History Homos.
thank you for having me, gentlemen. It's an honor to be amongst you.
Yes. What is your official moniker? It's just Scott Abrams.
That's my real name, but yeah, Scott Lizard Abrams. The nickname predates the podcast. It predates me being online, extremely online. But yeah, so it's just stuck.
So what, you're into history?
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think of Hamilton?
I haven't seen it.
It's
God
pretty,
damn it.
It's pretty
I'm
bad.
straight.
Yeah, I've done History Homos a bunch of times. I always have a good time with you boys.
Great episodes with you on it, Dalton.
Yeah.
Also, you were there when we first started, which is like 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was back when times were good for me. Bad for everyone else. It was during the pandemic, but
Yeah, we kind of caught you on the upswing there, and then we caught you also on the second upswing.
Yeah, this is the redemption arc. Everybody loves a redemption, you know. Like we're seeing it with Shane Gillis now. And
right. Well, last time you were on the show, I think I called you the prodigal son of comedy.
Yeah, I'm the true prodigal son of comedy.
Well, you've returned.
Yeah, because like the thing is, like
Shane
was always going to be successful. Like that was.
Yeah, let's dive into this.
Yeah, the
fertile grounds.
The Saturday Night Live thing that happened in 2019 when he got fired was for him like such a minor setback anyway, because he like it didn't seem
seemingly
like
yes.
Yeah, it didn't seem like that was even a job he was trying to get. It was just like, oh, cool, this is like something they offered me.
I was following him very closely at the time. I was a bit of a fanboy at the time because it was before I like many other things that I've been interested in my life. I liked it before it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I commented on his firing from SNL on my old podcast, and at the time I was a shit podcaster as well, and I did can you believe these cancel culture, you know, it was literally 2019, so it was kind of the thing to say at the time.
we were in the throes of it. We were in the deep of the culture wars, the great culture wars. Lines were being drawn.
But hence I've come to the belief, and I've said it many times, but yeah, he is you could use several words here. I like to use fed because it's funny, but also just industry plant and or as you said, op, which is a great way to put it too. But I didn't think of that one.
He's an op. I don't know. It is funny to say that Shane Gillis. Let's just keep saying he's an op.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he knows that he's an op, or maybe he suspects it.
Great
it's
point.
An op.
You know, like a controlled opposition,
a psyop.
like a psyop. Yeah. Like he's being
like a side bitch.
No, a psyop. PSY-OP psyop.
Psychological operation.
Psychological operation. It's a military tactic.
Right. Like Manchurian Candidate.
Yes,
very similar. Yeah, he doesn't like a Manchurian Candidate. He doesn't know it's happening either.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
He gets a phone call, and they're just like. It's just a voice on the other line that's like, "That's gay," and he goes, "That is gay."
Yeah. or for instance, that's a pretty good impression. But for instance, yesterday, everyone he knows got a text from his agents to say, post a pic of you and Shane, and you might get something out of it. And everyone, like seals, did so, except one extremely Brooklyn-based comedian. Mike Racine. Shouts out Mike Racine.
Racine doxed them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't real.
It wasn't real. I called the number. It was disconnected. So I had to know.
It's still based though.
It was very based. Very red pilled. Very Lindy. Whatever these words mean.
Yeah, that guy. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
guy.
Lindy.
That guy rules.
I've been laughing about that. Like all those guys, all these like return to tradition guys, complain about like the state of the world and how things are changing and people need to like return to the way things once were. But then they say like the goofiest shit of all time, where they're like, "I'm a red pilled, conservative celled, tradition maxing, Lindy."
I'm schizo maxing, red pilled.
Yeah, they still have co-opted like 4chan language to
it's those guys, and myself included, by the way, grown up. I was on 4chan in like 2005, 6. And I'm 33 years old now, married, own a house. And I say things like schizo pilled, Xing, red pilled.
Did you ever Sharpie in the pooper?
I've never put Sharpie in pooper, but I have put shoe on head.
Shoe on head.
Yes. Yes. Or keyboard on head also is a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, the Shane thing was funny. Like the amount of people that were just hopping.
Did you watch it? I don't watch TV,
watch it. Yeah, it was like
watch the monologue.
It was interesting to watch because like
any good.
The
kind of bombed. He didn't really bomb.
He didn't bomb.
He did fine.
He was
kept saying that he was bombing.
He was obviously nervous. He was very nervous.
Well, it's like when you're not getting the reaction you want, and you say, "All right, well, this isn't going well." So then other people are going to say, "Well, he bombed because he addressed that he was, but he wasn't bombing."
He didn't bomb it for a show like that. For a show as polished as that, it was like it was a chunk of stand-up comedy. It was a set that was like definitely kind of rough around the edges. I wouldn't call it a bomb, but it was definitely more raw than what would normally be on that show. He was obviously nervous, and I think there was a lot. And also, I think like going into it, there was just a lot of. There's so much. It's so weird. There's so much being pinned on him. Like he's being lauded as this like great white hope for all those guys back in 2019 who were anti-woke, edgy, base.
It's hyper real though. I don't know that he's really got the support that they're kind of juicing him up as.
Yeah,
you know what
I
mean?
don't think he was ever that kind of guy. I don't like he never has come across to me like as someone who ever even wanted to take a side in the culture war or was like even edgy necessarily. He always just like to me. He just seems like a guy who is a competent stand-up comedian. He's like good at comedy, but he's never come across as like an edgelord or fighting for free speech or any of that kind of shit. That goofy.
Or Dalton, he was sheep dipped after he attempted. He went to West Point. They pulled him aside like Timothy McVeigh, and they said, "Listen, you want to be a stand-up comedian? We'd like to accomplish that for you, and eventually, possibly, you may be the president of the United States, God willing." Satan willing, as it were, is what the people in the Pentagon be saying. But and then they pull him aside and they say, "Okay, listen, what you're going to do is you're going to go down to a shittier school. You're going to spend some time abroad doing some CIA shit in Spain. Then you're going to come back. You're going to enter comedy, and you're going to get really popular really fast. A guy named Peter Thiel is going to buy a bunch of extra Patreon subscriptions with fake people, like AI generated people and names that are all like references from the show and stuff. So it's like really easy to be like, oh wow, it really is just a real guy giving him money. But no, it's actually a hedge fund of de-radicalization agents."
I wouldn't doubt it.
Scott, I think
what?
Scott, I think this fucking anti-woke Shane Gillis, fucking leader of the community, fucking great white hope that's going to lead us into the race war is what he's going to do here.
I think he's going to
That's what I think.
Lead the charge in the race war.
Yes.
Close, I think. Close. Yeah. I think it's gonna avert the race war because you're gonna go, hey, look at the new president. He's just like me. He had hopes of having against all odds, he went from being. I don't really think this is gonna happen. By the way, we're having fun.
Yeah,
but I have to say this sometimes.
I've interacted with him a couple times, and he just seems like a guy. Like he doesn't.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he just comes across like a guy, and I think like. It was just like this weird confluence of like circumstances, like a lot of weird shit intersected at a time where he became this like nexus of I don't culture. Like
Yeah.
it's like and it doesn't make any sense. Like watching him on that show, that was like my biggest takeaway is like this is absurd. It's absurd. Like the myth, the monolith that this man has become,
Yeah.
because clearly this is a guy who just wanted to follow his dreams of being
Yeah.
a stand-up comedian, and now he has to like bear the weight of like the gayest shit of all time, which is
Truly.
these like his fans are obnoxious, and
Ugh.
the people that hate him are obnoxious, and it's like, and he's just in the crosshairs of the most like annoying moment in culture right now.
Truly. Truly. Yeah, no, I was gonna say it makes perfect sense when you think about the fact that like all pop culture has sort of been like directed by the CIA going back to like the 50s and 60s, honestly. Like Andy Warhol, CIA, was friends with the Shah of Iran. What else we got here? Oh,
What is happening to my co-hosts? Why are they
yeah, I was
gone
gonna
now?
say, I feel like did I bore them into
I don't
leaving?
I don't know what happened. But yeah, keep going.
I guess we're not gonna stop now. But yeah, and what's it called? Punk rock, very much like all CIA stuff. Malcolm Gladwell, the no, Malcolm McLaren, Malcolm, the one who took care of the Sex Pistols, Malcolm, not Malcolm Gladwell, Malcolm McLaren.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a CIA spook, MI6 spook. Um, there's all kinds of crisscross. Oh, Henry Rollins' dad is some like fucking CIA ex-OSS guy. And oh, it looks like he's back. Good.
Okay, they're back.
Ian
Oh,
Mackay,
from Fugazi.
yeah, his dad was in the fucking JFK what do you call it? The car
Oh, the motorcade.
the motorcade. He was in the motorcade, for fuck's sake. All these people are really, really well connected to the CIA, and I have every reason to believe that the hippie movement, punk, sort of, that after spurt of punk, hardcore and stuff, and I assume probably fucking grunge too. All of it is driven by like people's nephews from people who are in the CIA and stuff like that. And I
Probably.
don't know, why should we believe that they just stopped doing that all of a sudden?
No, yeah, I think culture probably is being, manipulated in some way by forces that with which we are not aware. Um but what are you going to do?
Oh, enjoy it.
I guess just enjoy watching it all fall
Also,
apart.
just like let your brain fall apart by like connecting all these things together and just go completely crazy.
Yeah, just go full schizo. I mean, I'm schizomaxing. I already schizomax and I burned out, and I'm back
Yeah.
at it now.
I've been aspirational schizomaxer.
Yeah, especially like the like the alleyways and avenues and boulevards of the internet that I exist on now, like the people that I'm rubbing elbows with now is like I've been online just in some weird
Where'd
places.
Kevin go?
I don't know. He keeps dipping in and out.
I just dipped in and out. What the fuck?
I don't know what happened, but because I recently had on some lady that like a bunch of people on the internet hate, and
Who?
the
Queen
femoid.
Latifah.
Yes, Queen Latifah. No, this lady femoid she was on that whatever podcast, and
Okay.
she's like some inflammatory like trad cath right wing sex worker,
Great.
hates sex work. I don't know. I had a conversation
Is
with
she
her.
trans?
No, she pretends to be for her OnlyFans. Um,
Oh.
yeah, but the
Yeah, 'cause
conversation
she's
I had with her and like following her on Twitter, I feel like I am going crazy interacting with people like that. Um, I don't have like a normal circle of friends anymore. Everyone I know is like just like completely brain rotted from the internet. It's nice.
Dude, join Telegram and watch it happen. Watch it. I know, like, and by the way, these are some of the most wonderful people in the world you can interact with, but nukes are fake.
Yep.
You know, the vaccine mass die-offs are nigh. And god damn you if you say anything other than that, by the way. You know, flat earth, all that stuff. And it's just like that's your starter. That's your starters, like, to start with. And by the way, these people are wonderful. And I mean, like, the way they present it sometimes, I'm like, who the hell knows anymore, man? Maybe the earth is flat.
Maybe. Well, I think I talked about this on you guys' show that like we're in such like a desperate, desolate time when everybody is like so hyper exploited, and there doesn't seem to be like a lot of hope for anyone.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be like any chance of upward mobility, or like whatever the American dream used to be is gone.
Unlikely, yeah.
Yeah, so in place of that, in place of like being able to work toward anything, it's you know, it works as a panacea to construct narratives as to why everything sucks. To just, you know, to come up with these conspiracies, because it provides like structure and some sort of like story type narrative that offers like a reason for these things being the way they are, when it's like, honestly, it's probably just like chaos and indifference. It's probably just like shit happens and it just keeps happening.
Is that a Newport? Is that a cigarette poster behind you?
It's a clock, but yes, it is. It's the original Newport's clock. Yeah, I used to be an everyday Newport's guy.
I love it.
I no longer smoke. I haven't smoked in like 10 years, probably.
Yeah, I quit like 4 years ago.
Nice.
But I was also a menthols guy. I was Cool's menthol.
Cool's, yeah, that's a little too black. Although we called the monkey mints Newport.
Come on, dude.
I'm not kidding. That's what we call them. Yo, can I get a monkey mint?
Nice.
We were wiggers, to be fair. Like that, we were totally wigged out. Like
it's fine.
You guys mind if I smoke with abs?
Knock yourself out,
Sure,
dude.
go for it.
But yeah, no, I was very entrenched in the, you know, sort of northeastern wigger culture. And yeah, it's a rich culture.
Yeah, because you're a
Kevin's
Boston
calling
guy. You were like a. What is going on?
Kevin, yes.
What is happening? Why are we on speakerphone during the show?
Kevin's wanting to come back. He wants to know if you'll invite him back.
Yeah, I mean, how does he get in? What do I have to do?
I don't know. He just called me.
Oh my god.
I thought if I put him on speakerphone, it's like he's back in the podcast.
Almost. It's like 3.5 people.
God damn it, dude.
I'm not good with technology.
I try to maintain some semblance of professionalism.
Listen, I'm with you, dude.
What are you afraid that the homo historians are going to think that we don't have a tight ship?
Homo historians?
No, we're a very loose ship.
I know, but it's like we don't have any production. There's no production behind this.
We got it's these banners.
It's a bare bones fucking skeleton crew operation, and the all I'm trying to do, the least I try to do, is maintain a semblance of professionalism, because we'll move this along into the empire that I'm building it to be. Is if we at least act like we've fucking been here before, and we don't. It's always, you know, you're doing dabs, you're eating Thin Mints. Kevin
tried so hard.
Kevin's
not to eat these
allowed to do the podcast some weeks. He's always, you got to take the kids to bed, and
but that's the charm of the show.
Not the charm of the show, Sal.
People like it.
These are flaws that are not conducive to broadcasting.
I gotta side with Sal on this one. I have to side with Sal on this one. I'm sorry. I just feel that any sort of look behind the fourth wall is always appreciated by the listening audience.
Hell yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, unless it becomes excessive, but it hasn't. So
I'm about to get out the Thin Mints, and you'll see what excessive is.
Dude, I'm gonna blow a fuse. Steam will blow out of my ears if I hear the foil on that sleeve of Thin Mints rustling. If I hear those Thin Mints come out, I'm gonna lose it.
This some bitch hung up on me, man.
I'm already on it with a hair trigger right now with these dabs. Finger on the trigger, pointed right at you.
Listen.
How
So
is it?
tell
How
me a
is
little bit about fucking. All right, Dalton, you go ahead. You do the interview.
Interview. Please don't consider this an interview. Why
It's
would you
not
want to interview me?
We're just having a good time.
Yeah, no, I
What's
know.
your favorite? What'd you do for President's Day, bro?
President's Day.
Yeah,
Oh
did you
yeah.
celebrate?
Was that last week? Yeah, I
Yeah.
had it off. We went to Aldi.
Fuck
Nice.
Yeah. Aldi's nuts.
Oh, okay, Sally. All right, get the Thin Mints out.
Bag, baby.
You've earned it.
We went to Aldi and I bought a bunch of cheese.
Hell yeah.
Bunch of imported cheese from England. So good.
Nice.
Dude, I
Speaking
love
of-
good cheese.
Speaking of Aldi and psyops, what did you think of that Tucker Carlson going shopping in Russia?
I didn't watch, dude. I don't watch TV. I hear about these things, and I'll tell you what I know about it. I'll say that.
Well, he went to a grocery store in Russia, and he was like, he was amazed
Yeah.
at the
Yeah,
shopping.
it's all white.
Yeah, he was.
That's what's amazing about it.
Yeah, but he was like fascinated by the shopping cart system, and it was the same. as
Aldi. Yes, that's right. I heard about this too. Yeah, he was like,
Yes.
why do you have to put coin into the card?
He does have sort of a Joker affectation.
Yes. Dude, he wears a bow tie. He's the Joker.
He's like,
He's the snarky Joker.
yeah, he's like, why
My wife.
answer me this? Why do I have to put a quarter in the shopping cart?
Riddle me this, Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, dude. I swear I've seen him start an interview like that.
He really does. Like he does come across as like a really hokey supervillain.
Did you see Vladimir clowning on him about his CIA stuff?
Yeah, he is a spook. Dude,
Oh.
speaking of a fucking culture driven by the CIA,
Dude,
literally
he went into
there you
that
go.
like he was a roast. Like he had writers.
I have been losing my mind at the sort of like revisionist history and cultural acceptance that has been happening with Tucker Carlson. Because I was like, when Rupert Murdoch fired him, I was like truly hoping he would go away. I was like, please,
Dude, isn't that crazy?
please just go away.
Now he's like the last American journalist.
Man, yeah, now he's being lauded as this like champion of journalism and like free speech and freedom.
I will say he's cleaned up the act.
This guy spent decades at Fox News.
Clean up the act.
Yeah, he's
cleaned things up a little bit. It's not as hokey. Like
he's more cartoonish than ever because like he doesn't have the full force of News Corp behind him anymore. He doesn't have like that stability.
Yeah, he does like all alien shit now. He's like, why are aliens coming into the planet?
yeah, why here and why now?
He's like, what is going on with Nephilim?
What is going on? Oh yeah, you have to say what is going on.
What is going on?
There's aliens
Blood
being
magic.
videotaped by Mexican teenagers in Las Vegas. What is going on?
Yeah.
Fucking migrants, bro.
Yeah. What is it with Santeria? Why do the Bruja need all these chicken bones to do their We're today
What
on
is going on?
Today on Tucker on X, we're interviewing Jose Gonzalez, a Brujero from yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like he just has these like cartoonish figures now that he interviews to just to like be provocative and stir
Yeah,
up.
well, I mean, why not? I mean, what else does he do? What else is fucking news? It's entertainment. You might as well go for WWE style aliens content.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, news has been entertainment for a long
Just
time.
shitting on people.
Yeah, because like actual news. I mean, actual news
Vince
is like
McMahon.
it is like that Norm Macdonald joke where it's like there used to be a like only a half hour of the news, and then you realize like and that was about all the news there was. It was like,
Oh yeah, I remember that bit.
that's
Yeah,
about right.
yeah.
They got it right with about a half hour. And yeah, and it's like now it is just entertainment. Now it is just like to get the people riled up and paying attention to it. And like because I remember like Fox News, their slogan used to be fair and balanced. And then
Yeah.
a few years ago, they just got rid of that. Also, they were
Yeah.
like, we're done.
Well, I mean, to be
fair and
fair, they by being extremely boomer conservative, they are making the news in general fair and balanced because they have to overcompensate for the fact that every other news station is like cat lady driven programming, you know?
That's true.
Liberal cat lady driven program. Like my mom is the key demographic for every other fucking news channel.
That's true. It is.
Yeah.
It's like a yin and yang. Like for every Rachel Maddow, there does need to be a Tucker.
Dude, Rachel Maddow is Tucker Carlson. They're the
Yeah.
same person. Have they ever been in the same room together? I don't think so.
They are similar. Yeah, she's like the
Has Charlie
both
Cox and Tucker
androgynous.
Carlson been in the same room at the same time?
who
Charlie Cox
Daredevil,
and Tucker Carlson?
the guy that plays Daredevil.
No, the guy that goes to colleges and pisses people off.
Oh no, Charlie Kirk, you mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guy with the gigantic head. You know he follows me on Twitter?
Really, Charlie
Really?
Kirk?
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
The
Yeah,
Young Kirks.
the
Yeah.
Young Kirks.
Oh yeah, with Chunk Yogurt. Yeah, of course. I love, dude. Chunk Yogurt's been kind of based lately. Honestly, he's been doing like some pretty good ads that making fun of Israel lately, and I'm like, wow, Chunk Yogurt. Where'd you come from?
Oh yeah, yeah. Israel's been wilding, to say the least. Israel's been wilding.
Yeah, explain yourself.
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah, Scott, what's up?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Don't come at me with that.
So what's y'all's end game here?
My end game? Don't ask, dude.
I think the end game with Israel is a one state solution in which there is no.
Yeah, they're trying to they're fucking literal demiurge worshiping fucking monsters. They are planning, I assume they plan to evict every single last Palestinian that they don't actually kill and make them go into Europe, basically. And by the way, as a displaced people, they're going to just be criminals and we're all going to fucking hate them because when they're in our slums.
Oh yeah, we already hate them when they're living over there. When they're over here, it's gonna be like,
yeah, but that's
least
the
3
point. So
times
we're
the
never,
hate.
we'll never. That's the point. We'll never. It'll be impossible for them to get back over there because it'll be so annoying here. So
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the default.
Israel-
thing- What Kevin?
Israel does need their own safe space, like an ethno state or something
shut
like that.
the fuck.
That's
it
true.
is an ethno state.
It is. I mean, it is an ethnos.
It deserves that.
They need AstroTurf too.
Well, why didn't they get? Why didn't they go get? I. By the way, I
Can we
don't
get them
advocate this in
turf
any
in
way,
that
shape,
dome?
or I don't advocate this, but why didn't they just get Germany? Why Israel?
It's all based on like some weird like biblical prophecy shit where it's like we have to go to the desert. We got to go back to the desert where
Yeah.
the homeland is. and
It's actually it's that they think that they're entitled to it. Basically, they think God is a real estate agent.
I mean, that would make sense that Jewish God would be involved in like homeowner, land,
Yeah, like insurance fraud, and
building
shit.
development.
That's what they call it, an act of God.
Yeah, property
What if
ownership.
God was one of us. Remember that one?
Great tune.
Great.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Great fucking tune, mate.
I'm so ignorant. Like I didn't know anything about Israel prior to any of this like popping off. Like when I found out that Israel's only been around since like 48, I was like, wait, what?
Really?
How about this? The fact that their war that they fucking supposedly beat every single Arab country, all of the guns that they used, they literally illegally stole from America. After World War II, all of the guns that America had made for World
They
War
bought
II,
from Nick Cage.
no, they straight up stole it. This guy named, for instance, is literally hundreds and hundreds of these different things that happen. But for instance, this guy named Hank Greenspun, who was like a newspaper publisher from Las Vegas, he literally he went to Hawaii and he stole an entire fucking barge filled with tank ammo, an entire barge of it, and then drove it to I don't know who knows where, and then they unloaded it and shipped it all to Israel, and they used that to bomb children in 1947
Nice.
and 1964 and stuff. And so anyway,
wait, hold
Hank
on.
Greenspun got caught by the Americans, and it went to court or whatever, and well, I'm just gonna sound anti-Semitic now, but the fucking Jewish judge basically went easy on him and gave him a suspended sentence.
Now I don't want to say the race of the judge,
Yeah.
but he was a Jewish judge.
Man,
I'd like to ask
you really
a
know your
question.
shit, man.
I do, yeah. But Kevin, yes. You're asking a question?
So there was a war. So they won a war against who? And they got in trouble.
But mostly Egypt. Mostly Egypt,
Mostly
who was
Egypt.
like, "Oh fuck
So-
you, we're not letting you take the land like that." Also, another thing is, that first right after World War II, they
I
a
want
lot
to
of the
follow
shit
up
they
too.
stole.
If you don't mind.
What's up?
I want to follow up with it because I had a punchline for it.
Oh, please. Egypt is the answer. Go ahead.
No, I said Egypt was the answer. It's like, so like when you find out the Jewish people win a fight, it's like, against who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. Actually, yeah.
Toddlers? I mean, honestly, yes, toddlers now.
Like literally toddlers.
Most of their opponents, most of the ops,
The ops. Yeah, that's right. They caught the toddlers
Wait,
lacking.
yeah,
is
most
there a
of
Jewish
the
army?
most of Israel's ops is toddlers. It's just like we gotta flank the day. Go.
Is there a
Um,
Jew army? Is there a
Yeah, they
Jewish
kind of
army?
stink though.
Who? Wait,
They're kind
Sal.
of
Israeli
they kind of
army, though,
count on they kind of count on America to come save their ass. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
the IDF is like one of the most incompetent fighting forces on the planet.
Yeah, they like wear diapers and shit.
Yeah, they have this like really weird ranking issue. Like like all of their like major generals and captains and shit are like between the ages of like 19 and 25.
Sick.
So
Good-
yeah,
good
so it'd be
stuff,
like
yeah.
like a 4-star
That's
general
wild.
will be like 22 years old.
That's some Game of Thrones shit right there.
But yeah, but it's due to no other reason than they just like it's just artificial. Like they're artificially doing this. They're just like pushing people up the ranks, and so
Yeah.
like all the leadership in the IDF is like people who would just be like right out of college over here. Like they would be the dumbest fucking early 20s dickheads, but they're in charge.
They're also the kind of people who will not ask questions about doing something really, really fucked up.
Yeah, and they're constantly like blowing themselves up in like
Yeah, they're fucking retarded. Honestly, if you watch those
Dude, yeah.
videos of the Hamas guys, they post where they have that little red triangle, and it shows them like incredibly bravely, by the way, going up and like just like putting one of those like packets of C4 on a tank and running away.
Yeah.
One cut on a GoPro the whole time, and then turn around and watch it explode. And I'm like, damn, dude, these guys are fucking
dude.
incredibly
dude.
brave to
the
go up against that
Palestinians-
much.
The Palestinian resistance, like Hamas or whoever it is, like I don't know what's what anymore. I don't know who's Hamas and
you
who's
can
just
put as many layers of disavowal as you like between it.
Yeah, but they're doing like maneuvers that you would only do in like Halo or Call of Duty. They're doing shit that there's
Yeah.
no military on the planet
Dude,
sanctioned.
Not
all I
since
know-
Genghis Khan, dude.
Yeah, and it's working. Like you'll just see a guy just like
And
take
a ghost.
take a warhead, like just an RPG, the actual grenade that goes into it,
Yeah.
and just drop it into a tank, like run up
Yeah,
on
I saw that video. That was
just drop
fucking
it
sick.
in there and then run away. And it's like, yo, dude, that is not a strategy that any developed country's military
Can't mess with results though.
Hey, look, yeah, it's the sabermetrics of war is like he gets on base.
They got good KD rates.
Yeah, he gets on. Hey, look, Hamas gets on base.
the
Yeah.
NYC.com has been crazy lately.
Oh, the NYC.com.
What is that?
That's where I go to watch all my gore.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sick.
Everyone's got their gore sites.
Yeah. Well, now it's just Twitter.
It's on Telegram.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's,
Oh, I know,
yeah,
it's
it's everywhere
crazy.
now.
Dude,
Just Twitter now.
Elon's Twitter is
Dude, it's like Gotham fucking City.
it,
It's like Batman's been gone for a while.
dude, Elon's Twitter really is Gotham City. It is so like he has in record time just completely fucked up that website.
I've never actually when I got off Twitter now, I sign off like just to be safe.
Dude, yeah, because like it used to be like when Jack Dorsey was the CEO or like before Elon took over, whoever was running it, as gay as it was, it like the site worked. It was like it functioned and it was a way to develop a social media presence and share content and news and information and all that. And ever since Elon took over, like you know it's through the looking glass because it's like I yearn for the days of Jeff Tiedrick. Like as gay as Jeff Tiedrick was, he was so much better than like lo-fi Republican and Zero HP Lovecraft and End Wokeness and all these accounts where they truly are just like spewing the most.
All of those guys are Jews, by the way.
Probably yes. But
I'm not
It
kidding.
is-
they
it is no
go on
man's
there
land.
every day and say the most like heinous shit that I've ever seen of like their political or economic opinions or whatever. And
You're gonna really hate my Telegram chat then.
yeah, I mean that shit is like funny when it's ironic, but these people are like so sincere about it that I'm like, oh, these are just like actual fascists. These are
Dude, I
like
gotta check out your podcast.
yeah, History Homos is good.
Thank you. Please
It's
check
gay
it out.
social studies.
It's gay social studies.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's a fair assessment of what it is.
But yeah, the like Elon's Twitter is just so fucking topsy turvy now because like I'll see some of the shit that these guys are like. Libs of TikTok is like a big one that has like
She is literally an Orthodox Jewish woman.
yeah, but she has like the full throated support of Elon.
Oh yeah.
And-
I wonder why.
Yeah, and she's
He
just
wore the hat at Auschwitz, dude.
oh yeah he wore
I
the
don't know what
Elon
hat you're
wore a
talking about, but
yarmulke
that just
at
sounds
Auschwitz.
offensive.
yeah, but like she just spews like complete hatred and bile constantly. And by the way,
Based.
very based, yeah. As a grift, her whole shit's also what really infuriates me about her. It's lazy. It's always just been lazy because it's just her reposting shit that people have already shared and being like, get a load of this shit.
It's a grift and it's de-radicalization because the other thing is like if people are getting excited about owning the libs, then they're not getting pissed off enough into overthrowing the entire system.
Tears.
Yeah, I know. That's
Who
a
can
that's
fill,
what
like,
gets
what-
me. That's the
What are
thing
we
that gets-
filling the tears with?
Yeah, the liberal tears.
Mm.
And what vessel are we using to collect them?
A mug. I think that's the preferred.
A mug?
They have to be like a coffee mug that is being sipped from like
Yeah.
with the fear grimace face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're
Dude, cringe talk or whatever. It's just the worst, man.
dude. Yeah,
You
dude.
ever just watch cringe videos?
Of course, yeah.
Oh,
My whole life's a cringe video, brother.
My favorite are the ones where it's somebody making like a purposefully disgusting casserole.
Have you seen the ones plating my 1-year-old's food?
I
And
can't. I tried to watch that.
It's
That was disgusting.
man, and you know what? Size doesn't matter, but her whole aura, her whole persona is just exhausted and disgusting.
The one that really upset me was that fat bitch, that Midwestern chick, making that tater tot skillet. Like people were
Sounds delicious.
I mean, it's white
Yeah.
trash.
Hey, Earl, we got any tater tot skillets back there? I'm starving.
Yeah, it went viral like a couple months ago because it was this like fat bitch who was real sassy, who was like, "This is how you make it, an economical meal for your husband and kids." And it was just like, one of those classic Midwest slop meals where
Oh yeah.
she just shit in a skillet.
Hey, dude, at least it's not made in the kitchen sink like that one.
Dude, I'm gonna fucking kill that guy, dude. I have a vendetta against that motherfucker. I hate him.
Dude, he looks like he could be related to you, bro.
Dude, I get viscerally fucking angry when I see that. I fucking despise that guy.
There's only room for one of us on the internet, pal.
And
Yeah.
he won't even do shit that makes sense. He'll like boil like ground beef in water. Like
I think I see the thing you're talking about. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
more,
yeah.
it bothers me more than like Goatsy, than Tub Girl, than any of the
None of those get me hard.
yeah, those get my hands hard. This motherfucker, he deserves the fucking death
Oof.
penalty, the fullest
Yeah,
law. The
they
fucking
can't find him though. That's the thing. That's why he's in all these hotel
needs to
rooms and
fucking
shit.
come after this dude. I hate that motherfucker so goddamn much. What he's doing is a crime against humanity. I can't. I fucking hate
That is terrible.
I don't, and I don't even hate watch his videos. Like I despise him so much. The second that comes across my feed, I have to scroll past it because I don't even want to like give it the time of day. I don't even
Do
want
you
to.
guys ever get into Steve 1989 MRE info?
No, was that
Oh,
sound?
dude, that guy rocks.
Is it the guy just eating old MREs?
Yeah. He's this like extremely autistic
No
guy.
way.
And he goes like he has the same verbal tics every episode where he goes, nice. Okay. Let's get it out onto a tray. And then he eats all this. He eats like this fucking he literally ate food from the Civil War, dude.
No.
Yeah.
Can we watch this? No.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
No, we
Patreon,
can't.
Patreon.
We can't right now because the channel. Also,
Oh, okay.
let's keep. We have a flow going. Let's not interrupt it with
Okay.
MRE video. We're not
For,
gonna.
for those listening right now, go check out Steve 1989 MRE info.
Did you?
Yeah,
see,
I'm gonna check it out.
Did you see that one guy? There was like some fat dude. His name was like Waffler or something, and he died. I think eating weird shit might have killed him
The
because
Wonder Waffle, Call
was-
of Duty, Zombies.
no, it was this like fat, jovial, just like happy dude, but he would find like old foods or shit that's been expired forever, like weird, quirky shit.
That's yeah, I feel like
It-
well again that Steve MRE info guy, he ate an MRE recent, like literally it was 2019 and he ate a 2018 MRE from China and got deathly ill.
Yeah,
And he
dude.
goes,
Really?
this is actually my second time doing this video. The last time I ate it, I got deathly
Dude, the
ill. And I
Chinese
haven't been able to
military-
eat anything for 2 weeks.
It's
Yeah,
But
they're
here
not.
I am eating another one.
It's
for you
amazing
for the video.
the lengths people will go to now to not have to have a day job because
Oh,
they
he definitely has a day job.
a day job
All the old war rations.
having a day job now sucks so much that it's like, what if I
He
ate
lives in his mom's basement for sure. Too.
100-year-old food for content, just hoping that maybe this will help me escape the
We
grind?
would all beg to be as popular as Steve 1989 8 MRE info.
Yes, I would love to be as popular as any of these fucking people. I'm beyond this like romantic idea of art and entertainment and integrity. It's like I want money. And I will do whatever slop I have to do to get it. Because I'll be fucking goddamn if I gotta sacrifice my years, my best years, to a multinational conglomerate getting paid peanuts, day in, day out, 8 hours a day, beating off at my computer because there's really not that much to do during the day. So I'm just, I'm getting
Can
like
you do a Shane Gillis impression?
I'm getting like 3 nuts in during a shift for sure.
Nice.
Hey,
Why
dude.
aren't we doing Nikocado Avocado on the show then?
Yeah, let's just do mukbang. Like, let's do mukbangs. Let's do like political commentary. But even though we don't know what we're talking about, like Destiny. Let's do.
Dude, you know how stupid I am. I'll do it.
Dude, I'm so fucking stupid.
You guys want to read each other's horoscopes?
Yeah, we can do horoscopes. Let's get astrology. We'll get into all the dumb shit. Like whatever we got to do to. I mean, that was the thing. Is like earlier, I pissed off Jake Flores on the internet.
Yeah, what's up with him?
Really? Has he been watching?
No, he posts.
Bro,
No.
watch the show, Jake. You'd love it.
Jake, you would like it.
Jake, open it. Friend of the show, Jake Flores, open invite. He posted some like diatribe about the Shane host.
A diatribe from him? Never.
Who would have thought? And it was like this paragraph of like, I don't even know what the fuck he was trying to say.
You're saying it was ponderous? Him?
And I didn't even criticize any of the like content of what he was saying, like his message overall. I just commented, I just said, hey, you use too many words when you're trying to get your point across. And this friend of his, this like trans prostitute, like hopped in and
Hell
she
yeah.
started posting like paragraphs about me because like she's somebody I've interacted with before. Like I guess she's been in something I've done, like a space or something where we've talked.
You guys have both been in the same person.
We both been
Yep.
inside the same person, which would be Jake Flores' girlfriend, because this trans whore fucks his girlfriend regularly, from what I
Oh
understand.
my god.
Very based. Very based.
Based, very based. A girl cock, I'm told,
Base
is
heads.
based. Yeah, girl cock is based.
That's not based.
But yeah,
It's
she
cringe.
folks, let's throw it to the audience. Girl cock, based, or cringe?
I think I'm gonna have to go cringe on this one, guys.
Cringe or girl cock?
No, he got cucked. He got cucked, man.
Yeah, he's like a willing cuck. But she started posting all these paragraphs about me, talking about how I'm like, they use the word chud, which I don't know like what to them what that.
Yeah, cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller. So
I'm
you're
like-
basically a Hasidic Jew.
Yeah.
You're a chud.
Yeah, it's like she's like, you're a chud and you're defending all the other chuds and telling Jake to
That's
be
very
friends.
anti-Semitic, tranny.
Yeah, you're telling Jake he needs to go beg the chuds for forgiveness. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Speak English. Talk normal. Yeah, so then
I'm a chud.
yeah, because I'm a chud. I'm
a shlomo.
Yeah, and so yeah, so then he started talking. They were both just like talking shit about me and just like saying shit that wasn't even true. It was like, and it's inconsequential shit, but they're like twisting what actually happened. Because he said something where he was like, "Oh yeah, this guy tried to move into my apartment a bunch of times," and I was like, "Hey man, I called you one time when I was looking for."
Yeah. He's girling it. I think they call that in the industry girling it. When a girl goes, he like hit me out. He like trying to ask me out like 10 times when it's like you asked her out once.
Yeah,
Exactly
I was looking for an apartment, and someone I'm friends with that was also friends with him gave me his number and said, "Hey, he's looking for a roommate." And I
yeah.
didn't know much about Jake at the time, so I just was like, "All right, cool." And I called him and had a conversation with him, and it was like the conversation we had. I was like, "This sounds terrible. I'll just never talk to this. I'm not going to pursue this."
So we're like making gay porn in the living room. So if
it was
you
even
have
worse.
to come into the living room, please knock.
It was even
twice.
worse than that because he was like, "Oh, so like, do you work a 9 to 5? Like, you have a job?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "I don't know if that's gonna work because I got to do my podcast." And oh god, fuck you, dude. and then I saw what the apartment looked like on.
You just like oh my god, it's like one of those people who's like who you ask them what you did this weekend and they find a reason to bring up the fact that they have a fiance, where it's like, but for him it's a podcast.
For him,
it's
a podcast he's been doing for years. He still doesn't have a YouTube channel, and his Patreon ain't making shit. Nobody gives a shit about political ideology podcasting anymore. Chapo was the only one. Chapo was the only one that was able to break
and it was
through.
gay, and it was also AstroTurf too, by fucking a bunch of dark money.
Chapo is the most AstroTurf bullshit I've ever seen. Those motherfuckers, Will Menaker and Felix Biederman, Jews, they're also rich kids. They're like, they were well connected well before that show. They're rich as fuck. And that whole show was like this weird, like, it was at the right time. It was like Bernie and socialism was getting popular. And yeah, the whole show is definitely AstroTurf because like none of it makes any sense. You're talking about like the ugliest, most unappealing voices I've ever heard are the #1 show on Patreon for like 6 years until Matt and Shane come along. Get the fuck out of here! You're gonna tell me that's not a psyop?
Sensing a fucking pattern.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm picking it up, dude.
Tim Dillon. What else we got here? What else we got here? What are the beers we got?
We don't know.
They shield pretty good.
Yeah, we don't know the shadowy alleyways that the teal bucks are moving through. We don't know where the teal bucks are coming and going.
Adam's girlfriend. What's that fucking?
Oh
Red
yeah,
Scare?
dude, those two retards. They
Yeah.
started socialists. They hopped on the Bernie train, and now they're full right wing. They're full like.
Are they? I don't even know. I don't follow them, but
Oh, they suck. But they're hanging out with Alex Jones, and they're very like trad cath, like right wing.
very based.
Very base, not cringe. Very base. Yeah, dude. It's like it's so crazy to watch all this shit happen over the years. Like I feel like you Scott, you and I have talked about this, like the death of history, like
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Francis Fukuyama, dude.
yeah, and it's weird because like time keeps moving.
Hmm.
I get whiplash when I think about like how much has happened in the last 7 years, and seemingly how also nothing has changed.
Yeah. Nothing ever happens.
Yeah, like I think back on like Bernie was like 7 years ago. Like all this like so much is happening, and it feels like
Or
there's
for me, it was Ron Paul was let's see, way more than 7 years ago. But like 10, 12 years ago now for me. But yeah, no, that was that still feels like 5 seconds ago to me as well.
yeah, like there's so much happening, and it doesn't seem like anything has any staying power or anything is like the needle's not moving on anything.
Yeah.
And then you think back to like all these cultural moments, like those shows getting popular, like Come Town, Chapo, Red Scare, Bernie, the first Trump campaign, like all this,
Oh
like,
my God.
dude, all this shit's happening, and it feels like we're still stagnant. And then you think about it, and you're like, wait, has this much time really gone by? Has it been like fucking 7 years already?
There's a theory that we all died on 9/11.
I believe it. I
Could be.
I've thought about it. Like, did you guys see that third season of Twin Peaks?
I didn't
Uh,
actually.
The new one, you mean? No, I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
watch that.
So the eighth, and trust me, I'm gonna connect these dots.
Listen, I liked, I'll be honest, I was never a Twin Peaks guy, but overall, David Lynch, I do enjoy.
So David Lynch rocks. Did you see he just opened a bar in New York based on Mulholland Drive?
All right.
Yeah, I know it's yeah, really corny shit. I don't know if it's real or not. I saw it on
I
Twitter.
watched that the first time and I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. I'm like, and you spend the movie like the next few like days being like, maybe this means this, and like the blue key, it symbolizes her death and all this shit. And it's like the fact that they switch, it's all really about the Hollywood system, man. And then like days and months go by and you're like, yeah, that was a great movie. And then you watch the movie again, you're like, this movie fucking sucks.
I don't know if it. Well, here's the thing: the movie's it's a vibe movie. You just have to feel
Yeah, for
it. You just
sure.
vibe with it. Because I think like ultimately what the movie is he was making a TV show. He made
Yeah.
the first episode of a TV show, the pilot, and then it got pulled. And then he went, "Well, fuck it, we're making a movie now."
Yeah. Give me
And
some
then-
cigarettes.
Yeah, bring me some cigarettes and a Coca-Cola, all American meal, cigarettes, Coca-Cola, Bob's Big Boy. We're making a movie now, and and then like so he had this like hour pilot that's like cleaned up
Yeah.
broadcast TV, and then like the second half of the movie is like the movie version of what he's doing. So it's like this like hodgepodge of shit that he had to like cobble together
Hmm.
just because like the thing he was doing got ripped out from under him, and he just was like, well, I'll make it anyway. So
I'll make it fucked up.
yeah, because I went to a screening of that movie years ago where the cinematographer did a Q&A afterward,
What did he have to say?
and somebody asked him, I'm sure like anyone involved with that movie gets asked this question, but somebody asked him like, what, so did David ever like say what this movie's even about? And the cinematographer, Peter Deming, he was like, the rule on set was just don't ask. He's like, David made it pretty clear to just not ask that question. So like, I don't even think David Lynch had any idea what
Right.
really what he was even supposed to be about, because he kind of has this like armor that he shields himself with when it comes to storytelling, where he's like,
Hipster army.
it's
Hipster armor.
dream logic. It's like
Yeah,
a
you're right.
dream. So it's He just gets away with anything.
Don't get hung up on the details,
Yeah.
except the ones that I care about.
Yeah. He's like, it's like when you have a dream and everything makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. That's
That's Twin Peaks right there.
so yeah. So in the
The
eighth,
third season, yeah, you were saying.
the third season of Twin Peaks, the 8th episode, starts with a Nine Inch Nails concert. Awesome. And then
Big fan, by the way.
Yeah, you would love this.
Shout out to Nine Inch Nails.
Shout out Nine Inch Nails.
Shouts out Trent Reznor.
Yeah, so then there's like the sequence of events that take place
The
like
world
during
is
the
a vampire.
that is
Now you're trolling me.
that is Smashing Pumpkins.
Whoops.
So there's this
Today is the greatest.
my favorite Nine Inch Nails song.
Yes.
Today is the greatest.
Now we're cooking.
Yeah, so then like after like 10 minutes or whatever, we do a flashback, White Sands, New Mexico, 1945, the first Trinity test. And so then the bomb explodes, and from there it's like indescribable what happens for the next hour.
Yeah.
It's exploding.
A bunch of David Lynch shit happens.
A bunch of David Lynch shit happens, and the camera just does this like anxiety inducing like zoom in on the explosion, and as it zooms in further and further, we get into like I guess like the subatomic realm of what's happening in this explosion. And I think like ultimately what's being suggested is that like this moment in which the bomb is detonated for the first time has ripped open a schism in reality that has allowed this great evil Bob to like come through and be a part of Earth. So it's like like altered reality in some fundamental way, that the trajectory of human history moving forward is now influenced by whatever this like schism that was created by the bomb, the evil of the bomb, like whatever it unleashed. And so I think that also happened on 9/11. Something like that. I think
that's
like
probably what happened.
Yeah, I think 9/11, you could make the argument that at least metaphysically, like psychically, what it did to us.
The terrorists won.
The terrorists won that day. But I think 9/11 definitely.
Yeah, well, it's MK Ultra worldwide. We all were forced to watch this like video of it, very dramatic, or what do you call it? It's traumatizing video, and then they did a bunch of like society changing new rules and regulations in our lives that affected us all at a very individual level, and we all accepted it because of the every time we were doubting it, they would go, oh, don't you remember 9/11? Remember how horrible that was?
Yeah, the Iraq invasion. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's MK Ultra shit.
Because look at the direction globally.
Kevin, by the way, thank you for your service.
Kevin, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service, Kevin.
Kevin has never. I don't think Kevin's ever met anyone in the military.
Kevin looking like a 5-star general.
An Israeli 5-star general.
Internet's not working.
You look like Chris Kyle right now, bro.
Yeah, Kevin does look like Chris Kyle.
You should hold a baby doll, and then I'll really get to see it. I'll see why.
It's like if you look at the direction we were headed prior to 9/11, like culturally where things were moving, it was like the prevalent sentiment globally, or at least in America culturally, was like ennui and apathy and some like desire to escape the mundanity of stability and comfort. Like we were so comfortable that the biggest movies at the time were like, it was like Fight Club, where it's like
Matrix,
where it's like, do you hate how awesome life is? Escape how cool.
I feel like that's a young person's perspective on it. I am not much older than you, but I've done a lot of research, historical research of that era. And that era was fucking crazy, actually, in the 90s. There was like the whole right wing half of the country was basically like, we're going to get our own country, fuck minorities. We're going to have a white ethno state.
Well, not much
and
has
then-
changed.
Fuck yeah.
And it's literally closer to that now
Yeah.
than it was at that time. Way closer.
And
Texas
well,
is
yeah,
about to fucking-
they did a bunch of there was Waco and the Ruby Ridge and then the Oklahoma City bombing really
Fuck yeah.
put an end on that basically by making all these militia guys seem crazy because they associated them with Timothy McVeigh. But Timothy McVeigh
Sure.
was MK Ultra.
Timothy
without
McVeigh
any
was MK Ultra.
shadow of
And by the
doubt.
way, I think it was fucked up what he did. I don't think he would have done it if he knew there were
He was
kids in
a
that
Fed.
building. If he knew there were children there, I don't think. I think.
I've read an entire book on it. I recommend it. It's called Aberrations in the Heartland of the
He didn't
Real.
know there was kids in the building.
He did know there was kids. in
I
the
said
building.
no,
He
no.
did
But
not
he
know
wasn't
there
the
was
only
kids in the building.
bomber. He wasn't the only bomber. There was definitely more bombs in the building than were the truck. He only delivered the truck. And then there was actually bombs all throughout the building. Also, there's so much more to that fucking story, dude. He had like a fucking chip embedded in him. And also another thing was there was a bunch of FBI and CIA informants living at a
Bunch of ops.
white supremacist compound somewhat nearby, and Timothy McVeigh had called there that day prior to it, and they didn't investigate any of them. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, there's a whole litany of things going on with that incident, and
You look like the kind of guy that wears gloves. You wearing gloves?
no.
Man, Sal really knows how to stay on topic. Sal really keeps things chugging along with
Hold on.
his little chime ins.
You thought it
I'm
was
just
all
making
white
sure.
supremacists that blew up that building?
Timothy McVeigh was supposedly, some sort of white supremacist. Yeah, he
Yeah,
had a
I believe
membership
that he was.
Do what?
ahead.
So is
Sorry,
Ted
go ahead.
Kaczynski.
No, go ahead.
I say that I believe that he was a white supremacist, but you think that like that whole building was strapped down with bombs from other white supremacists?
no, it was feds. It was the government that did that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me hear what you're talking about with that because I haven't heard this side of it.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know if you know this, but the Air Force actually tried to recreate. They built a scale model of, not a scale model, an actual 100% reproduction of the building, and tried to do an experiment to try to recreate the explosion using the same bomb and the same positioning of the bomb, and they weren't able to get it to happen again. And this is, go ahead, look at this on Wikipedia. It's there, and it's all official information. The Air Force put out a report saying the bomb that Timothy McVeigh supposedly brought there was not enough to actually destroy the building as it was destroyed.
What was the building
and
made out of? Steel
the
beams.
same shit buildings are normally made out of.
Steel beams.
Cement.
And them same steel beams that
I
the Twin
guess.
Towers are made of.
Yeah.
I don't think it was steel beams either. That's the thing. But even still, that's even more how fucked up it is. It didn't need steel beams to not be able to be blown up by one Ryder truck packed full of. Here's the problem: is the explosion in ammonia nitrate
You can't
and fuel
blow up steel
oil.
beams.
I know. Well, they weren't there. But regardless, the ANFO, they call it, ammonia nitrate and fuel oil. It has, the way it explodes is there's no like fire. It's an air burst that goes outwards, and that wouldn't be able. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't
Fucking
have blown up
air.
the building. Air can't blow up a fucking building, is what I'm trying to
These
say. So they
terrorists-
had to have shit on the support beams to actually get the whole thing to fall down.
Tony, these terrorists, they mastered all the elements. They're working with earth, wind, and fire, Tony.
So yeah, look into that. That's
Kevin,
check
what
out
do your
the
military
documentary
buddies
A
think about
Noble
that?
Lie.
Wait, what? What
Sorry.
happened? I don't know. What I was saying though is 1999. Right?
Yeah.
The good old days. There did seem to be this something happening. Psychic.
Yeah, it was Freddie got fingered in
We
2001.
talked about that, Dalton. Like, where when you see home videos from that time, it almost seems like a different universe.
It's that all of it seems like a different universe, and it seems like culturally there was this weird just sentiment that everybody had, because like my favorite movie from that time is probably like Office Space. And like, what is the plot of that movie? He's like a guy with a really good job hates his job, and he's like, man, I like the mundanity of this job is killing me. Like,
Yeah.
and you look back on it now, and nowadays, like, people look at that and go, I would kill for that kind of stability.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well,
a
it's 'cause
lot, it is a
Yeah.
lot in the movie where
Yeah, that did seem like a nice job.
yeah, the line
For
in the movie,
sure.
that Middle Eastern guy is like, it would be nice to have that kind of job security. You know, so like that was in the movie a little bit, but like the premise of the movie was like this very like stick it to the man attitude. Like, don't.
Well, the movie going audience at that time was baby boomers, dude. And what is their fucking whole thing? We have it amazing. We are bored of it, and fuck you. We're not giving you any of it.
We're not
Yeah, but it's just weird how like at that time it was all like middle class and upper middle class people.
Well, bro, look at the scene where they go to the restaurant in that movie. What is it, Shysters or whatever they go to?
Tchotchkes.
And look how fucking nice that restaurant looks. You can't find that now, bro.
No,
You cannot find
no,
that.
all those like mid-level sit down dining
definitely not going to
restaurants.
find Jennifer Aniston working in it.
Definitely not going to find Jennifer Aniston. All those mid-level
She's also Jewish, by the way.
yeah,
Yeah, she got them big Jewish.
all those
tacos.
kinds of restaurants now, like Chili's and Applebee's and Red Lobster, all that, they're like, everybody's priced out of it now.
I don't think Red Lobster was ever like a good restaurant.
It used to
No.
be.
I don't know. It's never been here. I wouldn't know. I'm from the Northeast. We have real lobster.
Yeah,
Brother,
you're
Red
awesome.
Lobster used to be the
Growing
pinnacle.
up
dining.
down south, Red Lobster was like the fanciest it got for a lot
No
of
shit.
it was-
Huh? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it was like, you know, when Red Lobster hit, it was like, okay, once a year maybe, you know, the family might go to Red Lobster, because like the idea of that kind of like eating that kind of seafood and like what it costs and the presentation, it did feel fancy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but now
They used to have a buffet and stuff.
yeah, they didn't have a buffet, did they?
Every
Red,
restaurant used to have a buffet.
no, Red Lobster.
Buffets were a very 90s thing.
Lobster did not have a buffet.
A lot of places tried out.
You know,
Pizza Hut at the buffet.
your memory is fuzzy from how fat you are. That you just
No,
think
bro,
every
a lot of places had buffets and stuff.
Red Lobster.
They had. I
never-
think Red Lobster always had the all-you-can-eat shrimp.
Red Lobster would have Shrimp Fest. You know,
Shrimp Fest. I pronounced
Bro,
it
look it
correctly.
up. God damn it. How
Red
about
Lobster.
that?
You're thinking of Pizza Hut.
You're like
Shrimps.
13 pounds lighter than me, Dalton.
So I'm still skinnier than you are.
Fucking 1,000-pound sister looking motherfucker.
my bills are paid. Yeah, but now
She's always thirsty.
all those restaurants, like the quality of everything is declined and the price has gone up. So
That's because the U.S. dollar has declined.
oh, dude, I've been getting into crypto lately. Like, no investments yet, but just studying it. And
Sure.
like, you know, when you really
I think
start,
it's a Ponzi scheme.
it's all a scam. But then, like, the thing that I've come to realize in my crypto research, my just interest in it, and like trying to learn the language of money.
Cryptography, if you will.
Cryptography, yes.
Yeah.
Trying to like learn the language of money.
The study of crypto.
Yeah, it's always been a scam. It's all like money itself, like currency as we know it, has always been this like, you know, fugazi. It's always been just this big like pyramid scheme.
Except gold.
Except for gold. But even gold
is the one true
even
currency.
gold.
Religion.
Yes, religion is maybe the one true currency.
Yep.
But it's like all of these things, you know, have any sort of value because we say they do, right? And I think with like money itself, the way we understand currency, like, you know, like if you watch any one of these money movies, like The Big Short, you kind of like realize that the way the economy works, the way money itself operates, is it's purposefully made to be confusing and inaccessible, so that like the common man cannot, you know, make any gains with it.
I think that's only in the 20th century. I think prior to that, or the later 20th century, because I think prior to that, if you just saved your money, you'd be coming out on top.
Sure.
Okay, so They didn't have a buffet, but they did almost go bankrupt during the unlimited shrimp deal.
I saw the
They-
headline.
Under
they had to
And I
scale
said,
back.
she.
Well, dude, people were like,
Shit.
challenge accepted.
Yeah, but like yeah, and if you watch any of these money movies or try to like wrap your head around money in any way,
Yeah, that's
you
what
start,
got me into libertarianism, dude.
yeah, you start to realize that the
You vote
language,
libertarian?
Ex-libertarian.
Oh,
Yeah.
who's the candidate for that?
I don't know. I haven't been a part of that for fucking since before Trump.
Harambe?
Hopefully, that's a good candidate. It's probably better than the last person they picked.
I want to see how many votes Harambe gets still again this year.
probably none.
Dude, no. He gets votes every year.
Harambe.
Isn't it a female?
No, Harambe was the guy.
Harambe
Okay.
was the gorilla that killed at the Cincinnati
He was
Zoo.
a tranny.
We know who Harambe is. I guess like the question is, are we doing transvestigations on Harambe?
Hiramshi.
Haramshi.
Hiramshi.
Harambe.
Haramshi.
Harambe. There you go.
BAE, yes. Harambe.
No, haram they. It's
Harambe
harambe.
with
It's
a-
non-binary.
Harambe.
But yeah, something I realized like talking to these because I was talking to these crypto guys the other night and we were talking for like an hour
So
and a
you were on
half.
coke.
I was on cocaine. Yeah, I was on coke, Molly. I was, hanging out with the crypto bros, and like
That's the only way I could bear listening to talk about cryptos if I was on coke.
they are something about crypto. I don't know what it is about crypto, and I guess this is like anything to do with finance. Like when you get really into like the stock market or any of this shit,
It's so boring.
it's all consuming for these people. It's like it gets its hooks in them, and it becomes their entire life. Like they're raison Dutch. The reason for meaning becomes cryptocurrency because like that's all they wanted to talk about, and for an hour and a half they just kept talking about crypto and all these different investments they were making and all this shit going on with it. And then like the entire conversation, like by the end of it, I was like, guys, I'm further away from understanding any of this than I was prior to this conversation. I was like, you guys just said a bunch of words, I've like made up words, like shit that I've never heard before, that none of it made any sense. And I like truly don't understand any of this. And it kind of made me realize that like the whole economic system itself that crypto is a response to
Yep.
is like the same thing. Like if you watch The Big Short, that scene where Christian Bale goes to Goldman Sachs and he's like, I want to buy 100 million credit default swaps. And the bank is like, oh, sure, yeah, right away, sir. And it's like, well, what the fuck is he buying? What the fuck? What does that mean? Like,
You don't have any of those?
What is the transact? You have some credit default swaps, Sal?
Yeah, we opened a couple back when I had an inheritance.
Seriously?
I've no fuck no. Well, I have no idea what they are either.
No, yeah, that whole movie. I think that, like the thesis of that movie, like what it's trying to get across,
Because you have to be Jewish too.
is that you have to be Jewish
Oh, you've got them
to succeed. No, I think
No,
like
I'm
that-
left out. I told you my dad is the Jew.
I think that
Yeah.
movie,
Oh, so he
Wolf
left.
of Wall Street, Wizard of Lies, like all these movies about when the economy went tits up, like what caused it, like the forces at play. I think like really what they're illustrating is that all of it makes no sense. It's all
Yeah.
designed.
Stay out, goy.
Yeah, stay out, Goy. It's all designed to be as baffling as and inaccessible as possible. Because if you ever get a grip on it, you'll realize like, oh, none of this is real. None of this is real.
I'm just imagining Christian.
None
Bale
of this
as
is
Nick Cheney.
real.
None of this is real. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like the same with crypto when like I got two guys telling me like, yeah, I bought 2 ducks at 19 AVAX each, and then the next day they were worth 23 AVAX. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what does this mean? Ducks? What's an AVAX? Like, what the fuck is it?
That's some fucked up shit. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. So
Well, basically, this is what they're doing. I'll tell you let me give you the real skinny on what's going on. They're saying all these words for you to be like, oh, this is really complicated. They must know what they're talking about. I better invest in what they are talking about. And then you buy a bunch of their shit. Hopefully they get to all the people. If you're listening, was this on the show?
Ooh
That you
la
talked
la.
to these
this
guys?
was just on Twitter. It was just me playing around Twitter.
He's hoping that the people in your mention or who are following you are going to see that and be like, oh, these guys are onto something. I should invest in this. And then once the price gets up to a certain predetermined point, they sell everything and everyone else is holding the bag. That's what's going on.
Yeah, and it's the same with the economy already. Like,
yes, correct.
The
if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I think they say.
Yeah, the thing that crypto exists as a response to is
it time to switch,
the same thing. It's just this like confusing house of cards that just exists, so the people that like control it, they can manipulate it. They understand
cool it with the anti-Semitism.
I'm not being anti-Semitic. Jordan, is Jordan Belfort Jewish?
Yes, he was.
Okay, well then maybe I am. But like they understand it, and so they know how to like influence people to do what they want to do. So that when everything goes,
they have a way of it doing that.
Dude, by the way, the housing crisis, the 2008 shit, where all those people were betting against the housing market. So like they're betting they want things to fucking go tits up.
Okay, but I'll defend them a tiny sliver here on that. They knew it was going just a schmeckle, just a schmeckle. No. To be fair though, they did know that it was going to collapse. So what are you going to do? I'm going down with this ship because it's the honorable Caucasian thing to do. No, of course not. They're going to go, I quit, get some money while there's still something to get.
Right. I guess we gotta switch to the Patreon.
Yeah, break it up.
Why? We were such a roll.
No, so break it up so we can have something for the Patreon.
Okay.
We can talk about
gotta have a Patreon.
So okay, we're going over to the Patreon now. When we over on the Patreon, I'll talk about Yu-Gi-Oh the entire time.
Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, we're gonna go to the Patreon. I wanted to, but the thing here, we're gonna get to Yu-Gi-Oh on the Patreon. Let me wrap up this thought because the thing that really disturbed me talking to these crypto guys is like they were talking about money itself the way that those big short guys talked about the housing market. Like the way what they were pitching to me was basically they are in through investing in crypto and this sort of like casino economy that we exist in, they are essentially betting against money itself. They want the dollar to collapse. And it's because when it does, all these crypto investments are going to be worth everything.
All these fucking Negan motherfuckers are going
to
maybe I don't know. I don't know that that's true. That's just very speculative on their behalf. I don't, especially if it's not all one crypto, one type of coin, and they're especially if they're trying to do some scam with docs and all this other shit.
Yeah,
definitely not.
One of them even told me, and he said this like he was giddy when he was talking about this. Like he was excited at the prospect of this. He was like, "Yeah, the CEO of BlackRock is talking about
Larry Fink."
Yeah, Larry Fink. He was like, the CEO of BlackRock is talking about tokenizing the global assets. And I go, wait a minute, are you telling me that he wants to convert real world assets, like physical things, and tokenize them into cryptocurrency to like create a new economy? Is that what you're saying? And he was like, yeah, dude, it's an exciting time. And I'm like, do you understand? This is BlackRock you're talking about. You're like you're standing for BlackRock right now. You're stoked.
Yeah, I stand with BlackRock.
I guess we all stand. We have to. They own everything.
Back to BlackRock.
Schwartz Rock.
I back the Black.
Anyway, that's the crypto corner for this week, folks. We're gonna go over to the Patreon, patreon.com/cornfed with Dalton Pruitt. As little as $5 a month will get you the access to all the premium episodes and bonus content. We also have a $10 tier, $15, $25 tier. You know the drill, folks. You know the rules. Patreon.com/cornfed with Dalton Pruitt, and stop.
Moving my bones, no place to rest. Traveled up north just to find my head. I'm still cornfed. Moving my bones,